Flash photography seems complicated, but it doesn't have to be. I'll show you the camera settings, lighting patterns, and distances I use to get professional looking portraits right at home. Starting with camera settings. For white balance, you should check the spec sheet for your specific flash to see what exactly the temperature is set to. For the Godox AD200 Pro, and I'm assuming for most modern flashes, is set to 5800 Kelvin plus or minus 200 Kelvin. I'm going to set my white balance to 5800 Kelvin so I can get a consistent white balance across my photos. I would also recommend shooting in RAW. This is going to give you the most amount of flexibility in post-production to change or correct things like your white balance. With my flash completely off, I'm typically going to start my camera settings with my ISO at 100 or the lowest native ISO for your system. I'll have my shutter speed at 1/160th of a second and my aperture at f8. Before I turn on any lights, I want my ambient exposure to be fairly dark. You may need to raise your aperture to achieve this. Today I'll be using a single 200 watt flash with a 32-inch softbox and a double layer of diffusion. With one flash in a home or professional studio, there's still a few useful lighting patterns you can accomplish, starting with flat lighting. Flat lighting is when your light source comes from the same direction as your lens, creating an even lighting with minimal shadows. Second is Rembrandt Lighting. This will be defined by a small triangle of light underneath the subject's eye on the shadow side of their face. For Rembrandt lighting, you'll need to position your light source at about a 45-degree angle off to the side of your subject and roughly 45 degrees angled downward. Another lighting pattern to consider is short lighting. Short lighting lights the side of the face turned away from the camera, leaving the near side in shadow. It gives a more dramatic look and makes the face look slimmer. Lastly, we have split lighting. This is when light only hits half the face, leaving the other side in complete shadow. It's great for bold and moody portraits. As a general rule, the closer I am to the subject, the more I'm going to keep my lens level with their eyes. This is because shooting at eye level creates a natural and flattering perspective, maintaining facial proportions and avoiding distortions. Shooting upward, on the other hand, will give them a more powerful and dominant look in the frame. You may want to do this more when shooting full-body portraits. To avoid harsh shadows on your backdrop due to your subject being too close, have your subject stand about 3 to 6 feet away from the backdrop. This helps soften or remove shadows, creates better separation, and gives you more control on how your background is lit. Learning how to incorporate flash into your work will open up a ton of possibilities. It will take time to learn, but you'll gain control over your lighting no matter what the location. Please consider subscribing and turning on notifications to be notified about future uploads. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.